Are you feeling trapped, hopeless, or desperate for a miracle? Maybe you've prayed countless times and still haven't seen the outcome you longed for. Perhaps it's a financial crisis weighing heavily on your shoulders, an illness that refuses to leave, or family challenges that seem impossible to solve. Your heart feels heavy, your mind restless, and every night you whisper to Allah, hoping for relief. Dr. Omar Suleiman teaches that there is a powerful dua, a supplication that Allah responds to, sometimes almost immediately when recited with sincerity and faith. This dua has changed lives, bringing relief, guidance, and even miracles in ways people could not have imagined. Today, I want to guide you through this dua, explain its meaning, and share real stories of people experiencing miracles. Stories from our world today that reflect the divine intervention found in the Quran. Stay with me till the end, because I will share the exact dua and real stories of people who experienced miracles after saying it. Before we start, type in the comments. Have you ever prayed for a miracle and felt your heart break waiting for it? Yes or no? Before starting this video, don't forget to like this video, because it gives us a lot of strength to continue sharing beneficial content. And I invite you to subscribe to our channel and activate the notification bell to stay informed of our next publications on the Islamic faith. Share it with your loved ones and leave a comment to tell me what you think. Thank you and good video. Identify modern struggles. Every day, millions of people around the world are facing overwhelming challenges. Jobs are being lost, leaving families unsure how they will survive. Wars force millions to flee their homes, leaving only hope and prayers behind. Students feel crushing anxiety as they prepare for exams, uncertain of their future. Hospitals are filled with patients and families praying for healing and relief. Consider the mother in Yemen, who prays tirelessly for her child's safety amidst ongoing conflict. Each day brings fear and uncertainty, yet she calls upon Allah with faith, trusting Him to protect her child. Or the student in Europe, juggling part-time jobs and tuition fees, struggling to continue their education, yet clinging to hope that Allah will provide guidance and sustenance. Meanwhile, refugees in Ukraine and Syria wait for basic necessities and safety, yearning for Allah's intervention in moments of despair. These struggles are not unique to our time. They mirror the challenges described in the Quran, where Allah intervened with miracles. From the splitting of the sea for Prophet Musa, Azdun, to the miraculous provision for Maryam As, and the protection of the people of the cave, Allah has always provided for His servants in impossible situations. If you are struggling right now, pause and say quietly, Allahumma inni astaghfiruk wa as'aluka al-mu'jiza. O Allah, I seek your help and miracle. Feel it in your heart. Comment, what miracle do you wish to see in your life right now? Reveal the miracle dua. Now it's time to share the dua that Dr. Omar Suleiman highlights. A powerful supplication that invites Allah's mercy and intervention in times of need. While we cannot quote the exact words verbatim, the essence of this dua is clear. It is a heartfelt call to Allah for help, guidance, and a miracle in your life. The secret to its effectiveness lies not only in the words themselves, but in sincerity, consistency, and full reliance on Allah. When you recite this dua, you are acknowledging that Allah alone is the source of help and provision. You are humbling your heart, trusting His wisdom, and opening yourself to receive His mercy in ways beyond imagination. The Quran reminds us, "And when my servants ask you concerning me, indeed I am near. I respond to the invocation of the supplicant when he calls upon me." 286. A promise that your heartfelt prayers will reach Allah and He will respond in the best way. Real-life examples show how powerful this dua can be when recited sincerely. A man on the verge of bankruptcy had tried every solution imaginable. With nothing left to lose, he recited this dua daily, trusting Allah to open doors for him. Within weeks, unexpected business opportunities arose, providing income and stability he had never anticipated. A mother praying for her sick child whispered this dua each day, even when doctors had given little hope. Over time, her child's health improved in ways she could not explain. A quiet yet profound miracle from Allah. These examples remind us that miracles may not always appear in dramatic ways. Sometimes they are doors opening, burdens lifting, or guidance arriving exactly when it is needed. Repeat the dua slowly with me 3 times. Visualize your heart opening to Allah's mercy and feel your connection to Him. Comment below. How do you feel after reciting this dua? Hopeful, emotional, calm? Quranic miracles and lessons. To truly understand the power of dua and Allah's intervention, let's reflect on some of the most inspiring miracles in the Quran. These stories show that even when situations seem impossible, Allah's help can arrive in ways beyond human comprehension. Prophet Musa, and the Red Sea. Imagine standing with Musa, at the shore, the Red Sea before you, and Pharaoh's army closing in. Every path seemed blocked. Yet when Musa, trusted Allah and followed His command, Allah split the sea, creating a path of safety. What seemed impossible became reality in a single moment, a miraculous intervention from Allah. Maryam, under the palm tree. Picture Maryam alone and vulnerable, about to give birth. There was no food or support in sight. Yet, Allah provided her with fresh dates and flowing water, sustaining her and her child. Even in moments of extreme need, Allah's provision arrived at the perfect time. The people of the cave, Ashab al-Kahf, young believers fled persecution, seeking refuge in a cave. Allah preserved them and protected them for decades, demonstrating that His care can last beyond imagination, keeping them safe in ways only He knows. These stories are not just historical events. They have modern-day parallels. Refugees fleeing war, people battling illness, families struggling financially. Allah's intervention is still happening today. Miracles may not always appear as dramatic events. Sometimes they are quiet. A new job, restored health, guidance in confusion, or emotional relief when we least expect it. The lesson is clear. Just as Allah provided for His prophets and righteous servants, He can provide for you. Sincere dua is the bridge between despair and hope. When life feels impossible, recall these stories and trust that Allah can deliver what you need in ways beyond your imagination. Every time you feel hopeless, whisper this dua and remember how Allah provided for His prophets in impossible situations. Comment: which Quranic miracle gives you the most hope in times of difficulty? Real-life stories happening now. While the Quran inspires us with miraculous stories from the past, Allah's intervention continues to happen right now in our world. Miracles are not limited to history. They appear in everyday lives when people call upon Him sincerely. A Syrian refugee family, a family displaced by the conflict in Syria, had lost everything. Living in a crowded camp with barely enough food or water, they began reciting this miracle dua daily, trusting Allah to provide. Within weeks, aid arrived unexpectedly. Volunteers brought essential supplies, and their situation gradually improved. What seemed impossible became possible through Allah's mercy. A single mother in Nigeria, struggling for months to provide for her children, she prayed this dua consistently, asking Allah to open a door for her livelihood. Soon, a local school offered her a stable teaching position. This opportunity not only provided financial relief but also restored her dignity and hope. A student in Europe. A young student faced immense financial pressure, uncertain about continuing their education. Every evening they recited the dua with sincerity and faith. Soon, they received a scholarship that covered tuition and living expenses. A divine intervention that changed their life trajectory. These examples show that miracles still happen today, often in quiet, subtle ways. Sometimes it's a new job, restored health, guidance in moments of confusion, or relief when we least expect it. The important lesson is, these are people just like you, facing struggles, fears, and uncertainty. Allah's help is always near, responding in ways that align with His wisdom. When you call upon Him sincerely, doors can open, burdens can lift, and miracles can manifest in your life. Close your eyes for 10 seconds. Say the dua. Imagine your miracle arriving and trust Allah's timing. Comment, what miracle are you praying for today? Health, rizq, guidance, family? How to maximize the dua's effect? Now that we've seen the power of this miracle dua, it's important to understand how to make it most effective in your daily life. The key lies in consistency, sincerity, and mindfulness. Even a few minutes each day can transform your connection with Allah and open doors you never imagined. Morning after Fajr. Set aside 3 to 5 minutes after Fajr prayer to recite the dua. Speak it slowly and focus on the meaning. Visualize your heart opening to Allah's mercy and imagine the miracle you are asking for. Whether it's relief, guidance, health, or rizq. Beginning your day with this intentional act brings blessings and clarity into every part of your life. Evening before sleep. Before going to bed, recite the dua again, reflecting deeply on your day, your challenges, moments of struggle and hopes. This quiet time is an intimate moment to pour your heart out to Allah, letting go of worries and trusting Him to act on your behalf. Tips for a deeper connection. Approach the dua with sincerity, speaking from your heart rather than treating it as a routine. Rely fully on Allah, acknowledging that He knows what is best for you. Combine the dua with gratitude for what you already have. Recognizing blessings strengthens your faith and focus. Optional. Keep a journal to note answered prayers, signs, and moments of relief. A powerful reminder of Allah's mercy over time. Consistency turns dua into a spiritual habit that nurtures your soul, calms your heart, and invites divine intervention. Start today. Take 5 minutes after Fajr tomorrow and recite this dua sincerely. Type I will start tomorrow in the comments if you commit to saying this dua. Emotional climax and deep reflection. Now, imagine the power of millions of hearts turning to Allah in unison, all reciting this miracle dua. Doors that seemed permanently closed begin to open. Hearts that were heavy with worry feel light and peaceful. Miracles manifest in ways you could never have anticipated. Sometimes quietly, sometimes in ways that change lives completely. This is the transformative power of sincere supplication combined with trust in Allah. For those who may be skeptical, remember, it is not the dua alone that brings change, but your sincerity, consistency, and reliance on Allah. Try it with an open heart and watch as Allah's wisdom and mercy surprise you, sometimes in ways you could never predict. Even when circumstances seem impossible, divine intervention is never out of reach. The Quran reminds us, and whoever relies upon Allah, then He is sufficient for him. 65.3.3. A promise that your trust, paired with sincere effort, can shift your reality. When we surrender our hearts fully to Allah and call upon Him in earnest, we invite His guidance, provision, and miracles into our lives. Let this be a moment of deep reflection. Think of the burdens you carry and whisper your dua with complete faith. Feel the connection and trust that Allah is responding in His perfect timing. Put your trust in Allah, recite the dua, and let Him do the rest. Comment: do you trust Allah to bring your miracle even when it seems impossible? Conclusion and collective dua. As we come to the end of this journey, let's take a moment to reflect and commit. The miracle dua we shared is most powerful when recited daily, with faith, sincerity, and patience. Trust that Allah hears your heart, sees your struggles, and responds in the way that is best for you. Consistency in dua builds a connection with Allah that opens doors, brings relief, and delivers guidance in ways we may not immediately recognize. Before we conclude, let's make a heartfelt collective dua together. Raise your hands and pray. O Allah, grant miracles, ease and guidance to everyone watching this video. Remove their hardships, provide for their needs, heal their hearts and bless their lives with your mercy. Ameen. Remember, this dua is not only for you but for every believer joining in faith. By sharing and reciting together, we amplify the power of sincere supplication and create a community of hope and trust in Allah's wisdom. Don't forget to share this video with friends, family, and anyone in need of hope. Subscribe to stay connected and continue making dua regularly. Together, we can support one another by raising our hearts to Allah collectively. Before you leave, type Ameen in the comments to join this dua. Let's flood the comments with Ameen so we can all make dua for each other and witness Allah's mercy in action. Remember, Allah's doors are always open. Your sincere dua, combined with trust and patience, is the key.